Hello everyone, welcome to Project Pivot. My name is Sarthak Malik and you are watching this Type 0 playlist of data science, basics of data science. First of all, I'll just tell you about this channel and playlist. This channel name is Project Pivot. Our main motto is to provide you with the first very basics, that is Type 0. We have called it Type 0, the very basics. We'll go to Type 2, which will be most advanced. So, our main motto is to provide you with the basics of maths aptitude with the technology. So, my friend Akshar, he is already providing videos on another playlist Type 0, that is aptitude right now. So, he's explaining the very basics of aptitude. My playlist will, my this Type 0 playlist will focus mainly on the basics of data science. So let's just start without wasting any time. Okay, so the first thing is what is basically data science? So as you can see, it is written on the screen very well. The data science is the science of analyzing raw data. Uh, Before going to the definition, I would like to tell you one thing. Most of the people, those who are actually learning data science at a phase of learning machine learning AI, implementing Gen AI models, LLM models into their projects, they don't even know what is actually data science, what is actually to be a data scientist. So data science is not just a skill. Okay, it's basically in the diagram also it's been represented that it is made up using four things. So the very first skill is you have to have the knowledge of what on what type of data you are working or you will be working. That is domain knowledge. The another is math skills, computer science and communication skills. We'll be talking about this in future in this playlist, but no worries. I'm just actually telling you about what are the basic core principles or key pillars of data science as it is shown in the diagram. So, yeah, the data science is the science of analyzing raw data using statistics, machine learning techniques with the purpose of drawing conclusions about that information. If you want to note something down, you can note it. This is a basic definition of data science. Whenever in the future you'll be working in data science project, anything, so you have to keep these things in mind. So by this definition, what does it mean? It means data science is the it's not the science of data. Data science is you have a data, right? So data can be in any form. It can be in normal notebook form. It can be in tabular form. It can be in visualized images. So data can be of many types. Okay. So raw data means uh, only data, nothing much. It doesn't have any formula or any visualization and all that. Raw data means you just have, for example, let's say tabular data, a table in data in table form, rows and columns, right? Sorry, columns and rows. So the data science is the technique of using that raw data, not using that raw data, basically using the mathematical skills that involves statistics, probability, linear algebra, and calculus. There are more stuff, but right now I will focus more on basics. So basics of data science is statistics, probability, linear algebra, and calculus. So data science is actually uh, what we can say a learning or a science, again science, of using these four math skills. Basically four math skills, there are more, but for this playlist, these four math skills and machine learning techniques, we'll be learning about machine learning techniques also. Using these two, we perform some you know inferences, we perform some formulations, calculations, we perform some techniques on the raw data using these two main domains that are math skills and machine learning or computer science skills. Machine learning also involves this AI and deep learning stuff. So Using these two things, two techniques, two technologies uh, on the raw data, we define some, conclusions. We we actually draw some outlines from the data. So the whole pipeline, you see, first raw data inputs, then we use these two things, statistics, basically mathematics and computer science domain knowledge. We draw some outlines, we draw some conclusions from this. So all this whole pipeline actually uh, is called the science of data, and that is data science. So, in short, you are a data scientist if you are able to use these two tech stacks on the raw data to draw some outlines, to predict something, to show something, to actually visualize and tell someone about a conclusion based on this data set. For example, I'll tell you. Uh, for example, there is a date. Many you have heard this example many areas. So the example is there is a company. The company has the data of its stocks, um, product selling product selling data basically. So you are a data scientist if you are able to use that data. Um, you apply some formulations using mathematics and computer science, and you draw a conclusion that okay, your stock is going down because of this because of some things. uh, you can do this. So you are basically helping a company, you're basically helping an organization by drawing some conclusions. So the thing is, without any conclusion, the data is just a piece of table, it's just a piece of some memory on your computer. So data scientist is a person who actually uses these tech stacks to draw some conclusions on the data. Now moving forward, yeah, as you can see, I've also drawn a Venn diagram. If you want to take a screenshot of it, you can, or if you want to read, then pause and read it. Basically, in this, it is like data science is a combination of, as you can see, mathematics, computer science, and communication skills. Why communication skills? Because you know that you have drawn a conclusion or drawn any outline from the data set, but how will you convey another, your manager, or you convey your any other person about the conclusion? You cannot just directly give the person the visualization or the result or the predictions. You have to create a story of it. So communication skills, basically this is the last part of the data science pipeline where you are done with the formulations and calculations using the mathematics and computer science uh, techniques. That is basically machine learning algorithms. You have used statistics and probability, and you have defined, you have uh, came at a point where you have drawn a conclusion. Then your communication skills will come into position, come into story, how you basically tell the conclusion, how basically convey the conclusion to other person. Next thing, if you want to note it down again, you can note it out. A data scientist is an expert who uses data science to extract valuable information from large amount of data. Data can be structured and unstructured also. The data scientist is responsible to structure the data if the data is unstructured, and its responsibility is also to extract valuable information. See, I have bold this word, valuable information. Here communication skills works. You are able to, for example, you are able to draw some conclusions, right? But you are not able to draw any valuable stuff. Like in the example I told you of company, you have predicted some values, but you are not able to tell the manager or whatsoever person you are reporting that company stocks are going down because of some things. Okay, so moving on to another slide. I've written that Excel arrows, Python arrows, SQL. What does this mean? So the thing is, I have written this down because in this type 0 playlist, I'll be only focusing on Excel, Python, and SQL. for just this type 0 because these are the very basics to become a data scientist. First, you need to understand the data, where Excel plays the role. First, you need to understand in what manner the data is distributed, right? You need to know how to do conditional formatting, and to know how to use formulas, to how to visualize the data in Excel itself, because Excel is the very basic and is a very efficient tool to draw some insights out of any data set, out of a raw data set, if I be specific about words. Then comes Python enroll. You have Excel dataset, right? But you want to do some more advanced visualization, more advanced predictions. So use Python. See, Excel was a tool. Python is a computer science tech stack where Python is a language and machine learning is done using Python. Most of the machine learning tasks are done using Python. So when we learn about Excel, we'll move to Python to do more advanced visualization techniques, to use more advanced formulas, more advanced, more complex algorithms, and that will be machine learning. We'll be learning about NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Scikit-learn, machine learning, algorithms, supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, and all that stuff. Lastly, SQL. We'll learn how to create data, how to modify it, basically the whole database stuff. Uh, Not specifically the end. I'll also tell you few more things about what programming languages are we going to study in this type 0 datasets, type 0 playlist. Sorry. So in mathematics, we'll only be focusing on probability, statistics, linear algebra, calculus. In computer science stuff, we'll be focusing on programming languages such as Python and R. Both of the languages we'll study, the basics. That's why I've named this playlist Type 0. Then machine learning algorithms, the basics one, not the advanced one, till I think XGBoost will learn. Uh, the basics data structures that will be used in our visualization part, that will be NumPy uh, series, pandas, and all that stuff. Yeah, and at the last we'll know how to how we'll learn a few little communication skill part also, how to basically convey the insight of your more or of your calculations and all that stuff. Now, yeah, so moving on to this slide, the end part. I already told you what we'll do about the Excel, Python, and SQL stuff. This is just an overview that we'll first learn about how to read and understand the data. The second thing will be if the data is unstructured, how to bring it to a structured format, or if a data is not clean, then how to clean the data. Okay, so what I mean by unclean data is uh, eh, sometimes in the raw data uh, there is some missing values. So this will basically affect your machine learning algorithm and your visualization part. Some missing values, some duplicate values, some out of format values. For example, in date column, there is a number written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's not a date. So that's a misformatted value. The third thing will be NumPy and Pandas. To be more specific, not just NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, and Scikit-learn. The fourth one will be SQL, know how to create data. We'll be creating, after doing all this stuff, we'll be creating databases, we'll be creating tables, we'll be creating data sets. Okay. These all 4 points are basically the playlist outcomes. If you are able to watch all the videos of this playlist, if you are able to understand the part, then you'll be able to do all these four stuffs. And I guarantee you, that's my guarantee, that's my promise, that these four parts are actually the more than 60% of data science. So if you are able to watch this Type 0 playlist, you can actually tell others that I have done more than 60% syllabus of being a data scientist. You're actually more than 60% data scientist. To do the other 40% stuff, uh, we'll be watching type 1 playlist that I'll create after this whole playlist. Okay, then thank you for watching this video. Will I'll see you in other video. Okay then, thank you for watching this very first intro. From the next videos, we'll be learning about the basics of Excel. Thank you.